Hello Stampers, this is Jeannie Moss, the Bluegrass Stamper. Welcome to my studio here in the Bluegrass state of Kentucky. Today we will be making a quick and easy card using the Sweet Peas stamp set. This is a happy birthday card, and inside, so you have lots of room to write your message, and let's get started. You'll need supplies. First, I'll be using the Sweet Peas stamp set. This is from the 2024-2025 annual catalog. I'll also be using some dies. I'll be using a die from the Stylish Shapes dies, which is a very well-rounded set. It has circles, squares, and notched banners. It's a great versatile set. I'll also be using a die from one of the new sets, the Spotlight on Nature die set. If you haven't seen that, it has circles, and there are, let's see, 12, I think, 12 dies in this set of circles, and they're all a little different. So we'll be using that die. You'll need some cardstock. I'll have a card base here. This is 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to fold that in half, so it would, if you wanted to score it, you'd score it at 4 1/4. We also have Old Olive. Oh, this is Lemon Lime Twist. Old Olive, 4 by 5 1/4. Basic White, 4 by 5 1/4. That's for the inside. I've got another piece of Lemon Lime, 3 1/4 by 3 1/2, I believe. There's that circle that I've cut out. I've got just a strip. This is a 1/2 inch by 5 1/2 of Real Red. And then I've got some paper. This is DSP from the Bright and Beautiful set of papers that is also in the 2024-2025 annual catalog. So let's get started. The first thing we'll do is fold our card and go ahead and burnish that with a bone folder. So if I'm not scoring my card, I like to match the ends up the corners. And then I like to bring my finger back to the center and then go out each way. And that lets me have a nice even fold. Burnish that with my bone folder, and there's our card base. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to take this piece of 4 by 5 1/4 Old Olive. And what I did was I took that die that I told you about from the Spotlight on Nature, and I actually cut it right out of the center of this. And the reason I did that's because it saves paper, because we aren't going to see that hole in the paper. So we've got that. And then I've taken this piece that we cut the hole out with, and I've put it into my embossing folder. And I took the red piece and I just laid it right across the center of this one, and I put it through the embossing, Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is the Timber 3D embossing folder. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this onto the card base. And it looks like I'm going to have to poke my glue. I should just get in a habit of doing that because it always happens on videos. So I should just remember to poke my glue before I start. And now I'm just going to put this piece right in the center of our card base. Straight would be nice. And next I'm going to glue this piece on right across the center of that. And the reason I didn't glue this on first was because I knew with it only having glue on these certain areas, I'd end up with a lot of glue in my embossing folder. And we actually made this card in class, and I knew that that was a recipe for disaster. So here we go. There's our card base. Our next step is to take that piece of lemon lime twist that is yes, it's 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. So, and I've got these 3 strips. These are 1 by 3 inch strips of DSP. And I like to make the pattern consistent all the way across. So I line those up and make sure that I've got the pattern go in the right direction, that they will line up. And then I start with the outside panels. So I start with this one, and I leave a little border around the edges. And then I'm going to do the one on the other end. And again, I'm going to leave a little border around the edges. And now I'm ready to put this one in. And it'll be easier to line this up, because now I'm just going to center that one between the other two. So there's our panel with the DSP. And this is going to be popped up on our card. So I'm just going to use some dimensionals on the back of that. Dumped my trash bucket all over the table. Anybody else ever do that? Now I've got a whole bunch of little scraps I need to pick up. Okay, and this piece is going to go right in the center of our card. I'm ready to do the inside of the card. I'm going to go ahead and get that done next. And that's the white piece that was also 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap paper to stamp on, and I'm going to stamp the leaf. This is also from the Sweet Pea set. I'm using Old Olive ink, and I'm just going to stamp that down here in the right-hand corner. And that is now ready to go on the inside of our card. And next we're going to work on our sweet peas. It is such a cute set. The one we're using today has a, it's for a birthday theme. And the little peas have one of those little blowers and the little party hat for this stamp. There's also Hello Grumpy that goes with this little guy that's looking kind of mad. These are the leaves I used for the inside. Here's a Welcome Sweet Pea. This is make a cute baby card. In fact, I just made a really easy, quick and easy baby card with that. If you want to jump over to my website, which is www.bluegrassstamper.com, and you can see very simple card. But I've taken both of the stamps that we're using, the Happy Birthday and the peas that are in the pod, and I've mounted them onto the same block. Now again, I did this in class. We did this card in class, so it helps them. They don't have to worry about lining that up and making sure they have room for it. And now it's ready to stamp on our basic white circle. And there we go. Happy birthday. And then next I just colored this. And I colored it with my blends. I used the Lemon Lime Twist blends. the Old Olive blends because those are the cardstock that we're using, and we want to bring those colors back in again. And also the Real Red. Now I did have the pink out and the yellow out in case somebody wanted, and a blue in case they wanted those for the birthday hats. I'm going to use the red and the yellow today. And what I did was I took the light lemon lime twist and colored that little pea right in the center. So he is colored in light lemon lime twist. And then the smaller peas, I did in dark lemon lime twist. And I am not going to make you watch me do all this coloring because I know you know how to color. We learned that in grade school. But I did the 2 small peas in the dark. And then I did the pea pod in the Old Olive. So this is the light Old Olive up there for the little stem. And then the pod itself was done in the dark Old Olive. And then you can see that I added the yellow and red for the little blower and for the party hat. So this piece is now ready to go onto that green piece that we cut out of our layer. So we're just going to put some adhesive on the back of that and stick it right on the center of this. And now this piece is ready for some dimensionals on the back. And he will be ready to go on our card. I did one more thing on this card, and that was I added some bling. And I took my basic rhinestone jewels, and I took my dark Real Red blend, and I used the fine point, the one with the fine line. There's a thick line and a fine line. So this is a brush tip, and this is more of a bullet point. So I used that end to color 3 of my little rhinestones nice red. I like to use that end because it won't get damaged. I don't want to damage my brush tip. So I just use that one. And I'm ready now to grab these little guys and put them on our card. And that is it. That's our cute little happy birthday card. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, you can reach me at bluegrassstamper@gmail.com. If you'd like to see more projects, I have a website, www.bluegrassstamper.com. If you need to place an order, if you need any of these supplies, I would love for you to shop with me if you don't have a demonstrator. Thanks you for joining me this afternoon. I'll see you again on the next video. Thank you. Bye.